Hello and good evening, everyone. Thank you and welcome to Deeper States Mind and Wellness. My name is Michael Alvarez. I am a clinical hypnotherapist and neurolinguistic programmer. I have been doing hypnosis and NLP for a long, long time, and I'm getting the show started, hoping to get people on at least every week so we can get new people, new ideas, and new opening up our mind to be able to understand different modalities, not just healing, not just wellness, but things that are happening. We're all stuck at home right now with quarantine. We're not living our lives the way we want to live our lives. So I'm hoping that we can bring people to us, and we can take people out to you and be able to share with the world new ideas, new things, new processes while we're still learning and growing, right? I've been in practice for over 20 years. We've had a lot of online experience. We're still seeing clients online at this time. But I want to welcome my guest tonight. I have Donna. She owns a company called Healing Octaves. And she utilizes similar to the bowl behind me. We're going to find a little bit of the history on the bowls and how they can work for healing. It's interesting to me because I've always music has always been a big part of my life. There's been times where, you hear a song and it just evokes an emotion, or it makes you feel just a passion, or it makes you feel an anger, or it makes you feel even just a memory of something you had in your past that you're like, oh my gosh, that was like my grandma's house, and I can remember that song that used to play in the background. So anyway, I'd like to start doing this once a week. Dawn is my guest today, and she's awesome. She's been a friend of mine and a client for many, many years. She has been doing sound baths for quite a while now. We'll let her tell her story. But thank you for coming on the Deeper States Mind and Wellness Facebook page here. And also we have a Deep Forest Cove, which is now, we've always had a product line. That's a wellness side of Deeper States Mind and Wellness. Come on over, join us on the Deep Forest Cove, which that name's going to change. I think at some point I don't like it. But we're going to have candles, natural soaps, all natural products. It'll be my whole wellness side being brought to you guys live on Facebook. It'll be a shopping area where you can purchase stuff, or you can at least ask questions and learn more about the natural products. So let me bring Donna on, and she's in the green room right now. And once I bring her up, she'll be live and she'll be ready to go. Thanks, you guys. Enjoy the show. Hey, Donna.
Hey, Michael. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you? Good evening.
I'm good.
Thank you for joining me. I didn't tell them that we had done this once already, but we had some technical difficulties and we weren't able to get it out really the way we wanted to. But anyway, we're here, and I gave them a little background about you, Donna. I want you to kind of go ahead and give them more because I don't know that I covered everything.
There's a lot to cover. I met you in the hypnosis world, of course, and that's been 6+ years ago. And it's been a wonderful revisit to the hypnosis world for me, because I've been dabbling in it for like 20 years. And then 5 years ago, I got serious with it. And it just lights me up when I see people transform through opening up their mind and realizing that they do have control over what's going on in their lives. And I found the bowls, which you have a few here that you're going to see, and I'm going to play for you a little bit tonight. I found these a couple years ago at a conference. I walked in this room and there were hundreds and hundreds of bowls, and I fell in love instantly. And I said, I have to know more. So I embarked on a 1 week training, went to Florida for it, and spent a whole entire week in what I was called sound stoned, because we just played bowls and worked on people for a solid week. It was quite transformative. So I knew I needed to do it, and I needed to bring it to my clients, because already doing healing work and already doing transformational work, these bowls take you into a meditative state just like that. I mean, they trance you out instantly, and they make you feel good as you're going there.
And it's interesting, Donna, because I was talking a little bit about how music evokes emotion before I brought you on.
Right.
And it really has. I mean, music has been such a huge part of my life, all my life. And when I went to one of your concerts that you had when you had your place, and I remember that. It's almost like going into just a deep trance state. Mm-hmm. Very much like the drums. You've gone out to those places like at the beach and stuff where you have, just, what is it, maybe 20, 30 people, playing the drums. And it's interesting because it invokes that state. Is this similar to that? I mean, is it putting you in that trance state where you can actually do work? Because I know you heal with it, right?
Yes, absolutely. It puts you in a very deep, as you know, you can't really heal until you're relaxed. If you're all stressed out and all uptight, you can't heal in that space. You can only heal in a relaxed space and a rested space. That's why we sleep so much when we're sick. The bowls, and actually I do some drumming work too, as well as some wave drums. I have other instruments I use, but it almost instantly puts people into such a relaxed state. And then as your body relaxes, it's like energy gets released that doesn't need to be there anymore. And when I play the bowls, I actually lay them on you, some of them, and they sound differently if there's stuck energy than if there isn't. So I can tell when the energy shifts. So there's like a serious energy shift that happens.
Very cool. So is the client, so when the client sees you, are they laying down like on a massage table, or are they in a chair? How kind of give me a description of help us imagine that.
If you're here in my office where we're at right now, I have a massage table. And so I have the bowls all around, and I bring them over and just put them underneath you, put them on top of you, move them all around, depending on how comfortable you are with them. Most people love the bowls laying on them. Some people can't for physical reasons or don't want me that close, and then I can just play them in the room and they resonate. Right now I'm working at an outdoor space, and I have a chaise lounge, I have a recliner, I have a swing, I have all like 4 or 5 different things they can choose from to lay on. But usually most people are in a reclined position to close their eyes with an eye mask on, and they look really good with their eye mask and their face mask and everything, and they're laying there, a little nose sticking out occasionally so they can breathe, just tip of it, but they go right out, it's amazing to watch, and I enjoy it.
Very cool. And I know that, I've helped you bring stuff on brick and mortar back onto social media. And I know you do live shows, and you also do private shows for groups as well through Facebook Live. Tell us a little bit about that, and kind of how is that working out for you? How are you getting connected enough to be able to I've used Facebook Live only in this method, and we use a background app to get into here. I've never used those private groups, and I understand they work really well. Have you had an experience with that?
Not with the private groups, no. I'm going to do a Facebook Live this Friday. I have done Facebook Lives before, and one thing I discovered, I can only do it from my camera because for some reason my computer won't pick up the Facebook Live, but my camera will. One time I turned my camera sideways because I thought it'd be a better view. So the whole entire show was sideways, and I didn't know it.
It's about the sound, right?
It sounded great. So close your eyes. Don't pay attention to the fact I'm laying on my side.
I'm upside down. That's great. That's awesome.
So I'm laying down with you on my side while we're doing it.
Too funny.
It was a great show. I just was sideways the whole entire time, and I had no idea I was sideways.
That's great. That's awesome. How funny. Tell me, so I posted this on our screen right now, just to let people know, because I can't tell on my side how many people are on or if they're not on. What I can see is your comments. If you guys are joining me, and I can see a couple people are on, but I can't really tell from what area. I can't see it on my panel here. But when you make comments, if you make comments and you come on and you have a question or something, please do comment. You'll come in and I'll be able to place you on my screen. If you're having trouble getting placed on the screen, just click on the link that's on here or copy the link. That way it'll you have to give Facebook permission to use this app in order for us to be able to bring you on to ask your question. So sorry about that, Donna. I had to give that to them because otherwise they don't know what that is. Yeah. So. Correct. And it's
get on and learn something.
That's right. Absolutely. It's a learning process consistently with social media. But tell me, how did you get involved in the bowls? I mean, what drew you to those bowls? Like for me, in high school, I played alto sax. What brought me to that was kind of because I was forced to, because my parents were like, you have to learn a musical instrument. As an adult, that doesn't happen often. Usually we're drawn to something because it's a passion or a sensation or it moved you somehow. What did that? How did you end up doing this? I mean, what drew you to these?
What's interesting is I have absolutely no musical background other than being a dancer. I learned how to play This Old Man by memory on the piano, and that's the only thing I can play, and only the first part. So I have no musical background whatsoever. So it's just kind of an organic thing with me. The little class I sat in, the very first one,
Mhm.
I felt so good the rest of the day because we were all playing with the bowls, and she just kind of like gave everybody bowls to play with, and she showed us what to do, and and it was just such a delightful, wonderful feeling afterwards. I'm like, I got to do more of this, which
That's
is
cool.
what caused me to keep going, and then
That's
making it actually my gateway into my work I do.
okay. That's awesome. Now, give me a little background on these bowls, because I'm under the understanding that they're old Tibetan bowls, and you corrected me on that. They're not from Tibet, and they are
Could be, but most of them are like
okay.
from Nepal, Tibet. They're actually from the Asian countries, yes. But many of the countries, like the crystal ones, these were actually
Mhm.
manufactured in the United States.
Okay.
This one was actually manufactured in Nepal. This one I don't know because I picked it up at Guitar City, so I don't know where it came from. But it's a beautiful bowl and it sounds wonderful. If you decide to purchase a bowl, you should actually go personally and pick them up and play them and see how they feel to you. Buying one online can be a little iffy unless the company plays them for you. They'll actually make a recording of them. Those are the only ones you actually want to do. If somebody just has a bowl up like on some line someplace, yeah, they're selling their bowl for some reason. You might want to question that. So, because usually when somebody grabs a bowl and they love it, they don't want to ever sell it. They keep them. But they're all handmade. The ones I have here, these three, they're handmade to be therapeutic bowls. And the
Okay.
guy who does it, the trainer who I trained with, he's gone to great lengths to do all the balancing, and they're like perfectly balanced and perfectly sound, and they get hand hammered, but they get hand hammered in another country, and then bought here. And he has a whole warehouse in Nebraska, little cornfields, Nebraska.
Wow.
He has this
Very
giant
impressive.
warehouse of bowls, but they're all handmade to his specifications. And then other bowls like this one just came from another company. It's got a sweet sound to it. I bought it without hearing it, but it turned out to be a good choice for me.
Okay.
And they have all different tones, so they go together. So I don't have the musical background, but I know what I like to hear.
Now, do each tone go through a different, and I know chakra, a little bit about chakra. So do
Mhm.
each tone go after a different chakra, or do each tone go after a different healing? We have Morella Magana on. I'm going to give her a shout out. She's saying hi to you guys, so you can say hi to her. I don't know if you can see that on your side.
I
Can
can
you,
see
Don?
that. Yes. Hi, you guys.
Okay. Okay, cool. Good. I'm not sure if you, because we have had this for some time. We purchased this before COVID, but I haven't played with it a lot. So I'm getting more and more involved in it. So back to that, do those
Mhm.
bowls, each one of those sounds, is it a healing sound? Is there something behind what each one of those is giving you, or what they're feeling from it?
Yeah. And a lot of times I discover, because some of them have high tones, some of them have low tones. I have some very large bowls that are very low. Those are usually the bottom chakras. Those are usually like the root, the sacral. Usually something with a very deep low tone, which would be a grounding bowl, works more in the bottom half of the body. The higher the resonance of the tone, usually the more works on the top half of the body. And like the crystal ones are usually a true, like a C or a D or an E.
Mhm.
The brass ones are, they have such a resonant range depending on what's going on and how you hit them. You can hit many different levels of the same range, so there'll be many as 7 different ranges from one
Wow.
strike.
Okay.
So that's why they resonate. So sometimes doing it like this, you really can't feel it as well as you can in person, which is why I like doing it in
Okay.
person.
Now I know, so we had talked a little bit about this, and I think it's an awesome idea. I'd like to see, I would love for this, because I experienced it live, but I also hear music through a headphone, right? I mean, I know what that makes me feel like. And I think that there's going to be a time or a place where we can actually get you to where you can actually offer these for people to sleep. Because that's one thing I thought about the other day. I thought, wow, this would be really cool if I could bring this in and utilize this. I could use it to sleep with and to use as background noise. Because sometimes, we got a lot going on. A lot of people have a lot going on right now. And I
Mhm.
think that people can start using it to sleep or to have a soothing background. As we move forward, that's what I'd like to, I'd like to see you get some stuff out there for these people. I mean, anything that's being held back isn't being
Yes.
given to the world when it needs to help the world change, right? So,
Yeah.
so we'll get there. I'm gonna.
That's one of my things for my future is to do MP3s and audios, and then pair them with my peaceful rest oils, you know. So you got the oils, you spray yourself with the oils, you put your headset on, you listen to the music, and you just bliss out for a little while.
And I'll talk on that a little bit since I got here, since Jerry brought it in. Hopefully I can get it in through my green screen. But so the one that I have right here, this is a peaceful rest. And I've used this at night to sleep. I've been able to use it. Can I see that? So I've been able to use this and really kind of work with it within my bed period. So I spray it on my sheets. And when I crawl in, it's just kind of nice. I mean, I use a lot of hypnosis MP3s. I do a lot of creative visualization. I mean, basically my life has run through hypnotherapy since I was 12 years old. So there's a lot of programming going in my life. So I think that would be really good to be able to have that to help people just kind of rest and be at peace. With your groups, that will be available for sale soon once we get those going. And each one of those do match your bowls and your sounds and everything. Talk a little bit, give me a little bit of what's going to happen on Friday. That's next Friday that you're doing, is the 30th?
That's this Friday.
Give me the dates on that. Oh, this Friday. Okay, perfect. It's right there. So tell me a little bit about how is that going to work out? What? Because we're doing this right now like this, right? Yeah. Are you going to have the same amount of bowls? Are you going to have them just relax? What can they expect from your session with them?
On Friday, I'll actually have more bowls. I just bought a few here today because I work live someplace else. I'm not going to do it there because it's outside at nighttime and it'd be just way too noisy. I can control the sound in here much better. And I'm going to have people just lay down, put an eye mask on, just lay on their bed, put headsets on if they want. And it's only going to be about a 20-minute sound bath, 15, 20 minutes, because I'll introduce myself, introduce them, what we're going to do. I'll maybe take them through a little bit of breathing, a little bit of meditation, and then just play them and let them feel, because it does come over they say it does come over the radio. Sure. It's nothing like live, but you can be transformed, yeah, because it's like you can hear a ocean through a radio, or you could be at the ocean, and the vibrations are still going to have a similarity to them. So the vibration does come over the airways. I've actually done some Zoom sessions with people, and they're amazed at how much it relaxes them. So just put the little headsets in, make sure they turn their phones off and get do not disturb.
How cool! That's awesome.
Otherwise, you hear this ringing coming through, you know. But
and the awesome thing about Facebook is that, Donna, you can have as many people on there as, I mean, I think it goes up to over 100 people, which is really, really cool. And that's the one thing I wanted to say is, you know, we're really having an opportunity to reach out and change the world. Healers and people in our modalities, we got to look at this as an opportunity. We have the opportunity to touch people all over the world now. Mm-hmm. So I think that's really, really cool. Give a shout out to the time and everything with that. And you're posting that on your Facebook, right? So they can just click on following and joining you. Yes,
because it'll be on my page. And actually, either go to my Healing Octus page or my Donna Lafree, Donna Colleen page. Okay. I'm going to have it on both, but I set it up under Healing Octus. But when you go to my personal page, it'll go to Healing Octus too. I'm still figuring out how all that works. So I try to cover myself in both places. And it's at 7 o'clock, and it's about a half an hour.
Okay, cool.
Half an hour on Friday night at 7 o'clock.
Awesome. Okay, this coming Friday, Pacific Standard Time, because we are touching people all over the world right now. So Donna, I have a friend on here, Larry Molina. He's really cool. He's saying hi. Actually went to school with him. He's a great guy. But he's giving a shout out to us. So. And
I said I can actually read it from over here.
Oh, can you? That's cool. Awesome.
He said howdy.
Yeah, howdy.
Sorry, back to
you. So I'm going to let you take it away. Give us a little bit of this and let us feel it. Let us go into it. And those of you who are watching, if you want to close your eyes, just go with this. It's really, really cool. Or if you're interested like I am and you want to watch her actually hit these bowls and see how it radiates and how you feel it inside, or her method, enjoy. Take it away, Donna. It's yours.
Thank you. Well, either open your eyes or close your eyes, whatever works for you. Relax, sit back, uncross your arms, uncross your legs, and take about 3 really good deep breaths. And just let the vibrations run through your body, just like a river would run through if you were laying in a lake or a river or something. And I'm just going to start playing. So enjoy. So take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Feel your fingers and your toes. Now and wiggle your fingers and toes and come back into your body. And come back into the room. Hey, Michael.
Hey, I'm back in the room. Thank you, Donna. That was awesome. That was really, really cool. I had this anticipation waiting for the big bowls, because I had one in my brick and mortar office. that I used to use with clients. It's tuned in the C, in the note of C. Man, those things are so awesome. I mean, the client would just feel that move through them, and we connect that to a suggestive behavior, and it made it made a huge impact. David Wolf came on and was applauding you while
Hey,
you were
David.
playing. So I didn't know he's still on, but yeah, so very, very cool. We got other people popping on here, but and those of you who did miss it can actually see. Here you go. That was wonderful from Morella Magana. So cool. Yeah, it's awesome because I think that we're in a time and a place right now where we are all feeling emotions. We're all feeling a struggle. Some of even our clients are feeling that. And it's really important to be able to know that there's avenues, there's ways to release stress and anxiety. And that's really what the purpose of why I'm bringing all my people on, and to like bring healers on and people who can activate change amongst people. Have you found with everything we're going through right now, what have you found? I mean, what have you found with your sound bowls and the work you've been doing?
I found that a lot of people have more stress out there than they even realize, because there's the normal obvious stress, but then our lives are changing so fast and furious. The stress level and anxiety level, and people that have been able to kind of control those underlying things. Like I have a client who all of a sudden started having severe panic attacks. And she doesn't have a life to where, she doesn't have financial problems and everything and stuff. She has a pretty okay, everything's fine. She can't point it to anything. But all of a sudden, she had to go to the DMV to get eye tested. And she was having a problem because she has some eye issues. And all of a sudden, she just went into these panic attacks. So she came to me and she says, help me take care of this. And we were able to do that. And she had a sound bath before we did the hypnosis work. And she said it was the first time she had relaxed and been peaceful in a while.
That's cool. That's very cool. And you're right. I've been getting a lot of my clients, clients I've been working with, even my athletes right now. I mean, it seems like it's an underlying emotion that they don't even realize they're going through it.
Correct.
Until they have that massive panic attack.
I've had a couple of days where I'm just like, I'm not going anyplace. I'm working on myself. I'm done. And it takes me about a day to kind of reset and regroup myself. But I know the tools to do it with. Sure. And my bowls, I'll sometimes just go and play with my bowls just for me, just because it calms me down.
I was gonna say something too, but I'm not. But I play with my bowls sometimes just to play with. That's awesome. That's really, really cool, Donna. I want to thank you so much for being here with us today and for giving me this opportunity to be with you. I mean, I know that with social distancing, we're not seeing each other a lot. We're seeing each other while we work together online, but it's cool to see that we can still bring a community together. And that's the great part about this, is that we have that ability to be able to reach out and touch people's lives. And you do awesome work. You do awesome work. Give them your website again, and then I'll introduce the bottle again. I mean, this is going to become available. I don't know if you guys can even see that. I mean,
yeah, actually I have two. I have Peaceful Rest,
okay,
and I have Divine Goddess, and they're about ready to go on my website, and I think you're going to feature them also on yours.
Once they're ready to go, yes, what we'll do is, and we'll talk a little bit about that off camera, but what we want to do is we want to offer anybody that we come in contact with, because I'm coaching a lot of people, you guys. I mean, we've been coaching for quite a while. So I'd like to do something where there's some kind, and I have to be transparent with that, where we'll have them on our website. We'll offer them for a limited amount of time, and then they'll be a affiliate to us for that amount of time. And then we'll make a small amount of money off of it, like, $2, $3, whatever, just to help get your product out there and help people be able to enjoy it. I'm going to kind of put you on the spot because I like to give, right? I don't, and I know we didn't talk about this before this. I didn't talk about this to you before this, and I've actually had interviewing people, and they've gotten pissed off at me, and they've been like, I wasn't expecting that, and I've made up the difference. But I would like to. Is your sound bath that's coming up, is that free that you're doing, or are you charging for that?
Yeah, that one's only a short one, so it's a free one. I'm only going to do probably 15, 20 minutes. A regular sound bath, 45 minutes to an hour. So I'm going to set up one of those in the future, and that'll be a private one when I figure out those private rooms. Either Zoom or one of the private rooms.
And that may be something we move towards next with the coaching with you. So for now, how much do these sell for? And can you give them a small discount on it so they can actually experience this? And then when
Yeah.
we get this,
They normally sell for $33 a bottle, and I would discount the $3 off and make it $30 a bottle.
Okay,
with
cool.
shipping included, if I need to ship it to.
Including shipping.
Yeah.
Or adding shipping onto it, including shipping?
Well, it depends on where I'm shipping it to. Okay. Because it's a small bottle, it's not going to take much to ship it. But but yeah,
I'll put you on the spot again. So let's do
overnight. I'll just do regular shipping, but it's like
okay,
if you want it overnight, it's going to be a little bit more.
I'm going to put you on the spot even a little bit more. So $30, taking $3 off and include free shipping for them.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Because I do feel, we're taking their time, and I really, really, for me, it's so important. Even when I do seminars, it's always been so important for me to give something back. And I want to get to where every time we have somebody on here that, it has availability to sell something or to give somebody an opportunity to try something as awesome as that. I use that spray every night. I love it. And it doesn't take a lot. So, I think it's important to give that opportunity. I hope I didn't put you too much on the spot, but we'll work that out later.
Yeah,
and we also have, okay, cool. And Liliana Bakari is on. She's clapping for you as well. So, all right. I like to give a shout out to everybody just because, like I said, one more time, they're here giving us their time, right? Yeah. So, anything you want to say, Donna, before we wrap this up? We did pretty well. We were on for exactly 30 minutes, and I'm going to try my best to keep this to 30 minutes because I know everybody out there is busy. But
well, I could talk about this work for hours. So yeah, there's tons of stuff I could share and things I can talk about. But I think we covered the basics on everything. Where I'm working at right now, though, is in my business associate's backyard. And it has a waterfall, and it has birds, and it has breezes, and it's an outdoor tent, and it's just like this wonderful oasis that you come to. So it's a nice experience to experience. We won't be able to stay there forever because it's starting to get a little hot. So I'm going to have to pull it back into here, maybe in September. And my private little room here is awesome too. So it's a wonderful place to come. There is a lot more privacy here because you are in somebody's backyard when I'm doing the work over there. But everybody that walks in and has a den just falls in love with it. So cool. If you want to experience a live one and feel safe, that's a good way to do it.
Okay, awesome, cool. And I am going to work on let's get you. Our next step with you is to get you on lives and private lives and get you so you are touching the world. So people don't have to come to you. So people aren't rooted in their places. And I'll tell you, I've seen a lot of my friends online. Just through social media, they're having a really difficult time through this. So I think it's going to be important for us to be able to bring people therapies and adjunct processes online. So we'll work on that next, okay?
Sure.
All
Absolutely.
right, cool. All right, Donna, once again, thank you so much. It was my pleasure having you on here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing with them everything we have going on. And you're awesome. You're a beautiful person. Big soul, big heart.
Thank you. Well, I look forward to Friday, and thank you very much for having me on. And I promise I won't be laying sideways. I'll actually keep my camera straight up. And it should be a lot of fun Friday. And it's at 7:00.
Cool. Awesome. And for my replay viewers, again, this is Donna, and she does sound baths, and the interview is pretty cool. We touched a lot about things that you may have not known about, and hopefully you can know about it through this. Donna, how can they reach you? You have an email address they can reach out if they have questions?
Yes, it's Donna with one N, so it's Dona @healingoctaves.com.
Awesome, cool, so Donna.
It's the same as the website, but just with Dona at Donna at. So I'm Donna with one N instead of two.
Okay. Keeps you apart from the rest, right? All right.
I just dropped all the nonsense in my life.
That's right. Good. That's true. So I'm gonna have a staff member escort you into the green room, and I'm gonna wrap this up. Okay. All right, Donna. Okay. Thank you so much. I love you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. I love you too.
All right, guys, thank you so much. I do hope you appreciated this and I hope you enjoyed it. Donna's an awesome person, and she's been a client of mine for a while, and we really have been working on getting her built to where she's at right now. So if you know anybody right now who has a brick and mortar business who is having problems transitioning into having an online presence, as well as being able to build their product on board and online, and be able to do lives to touch the world with whatever they do, I'm looking for interesting people. Recommend them over to us, and I'd be willing to work with them and see what we can do. Um, Thank you guys so much. And if there's any topics you want us to cover, you'd like for me to cover, please leave them in the comments below. I'll see them later once I get off this platform. And I'm going to work on bringing somebody new every week, or at least every 2 weeks. I'm going to shoot for every week, but I mean, that's kind of really throwing the dart out there, just because there's a lot of people are running a lot of busy lives right now, but I'm gonna do my best. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. I love all of you. You guys are near and dear to me, as you well know. And I'm gonna play an exit for you guys, and enjoy it. And then we'll go off the air and stay tuned for more. Appreciate all of you.